Hi there and welcome to this video. I'm Ross and this is Teacher Perspective. Whether you're a parent, pupil or a teacher, here we make videos for you to find out more about what really happens in school. I break down different strategies and also things that you can do at home to best support your child in their academic career. Today I'm going to explain 3 things that teachers do in school that, as a parent, you can do at home as well. And these are things that can really help your child work better at home, have a better relationship with you, and overall be more successful in their studies. For almost all children, the 3 people that they spend the most time with are their friends, their parents, and their teachers. Each of these people shape a child's life in different ways, and their influence on the child's life is particularly strong in the early stages of development. Because a child's brain is constantly taking in information and categorizing it, it's essential that you don't overload children with information. And this is where teachers and parents can work together to make sure that there's some consistency in a child's life. Using the same strategies and techniques as a teacher, you as a parent at home can ensure that your child gets the most out of their learning. This consistency will really help your child in their studies. And we're going to go over 3 different strategies or techniques that your child will be most familiar with. The first one is questioning. Now, it's a simple but a very effective strategy that teachers use to extend children's learning in school. In school, teachers ask questions to ensure that children have thought about each and every aspect of their learning. And you can use this strategy at home with your child, especially when you're reading. One of the questions you could ask whilst reading with your child is asking them to summarise something that they've read. But with some practice, they can master it. One good way of doing this is asking them to summarise what they've read or summarise what has happened so far in the story, but only using a limited amount of words. For example, summarise what's happened in this chapter in just 50 words. The thing that you're looking for is making sure that children are only giving the key information and the things that are most essential to explaining what's happened in the story. You could also ask retrieval-based questions. And these are where you're asking children to take specific bits of information from the text. For example, you might say, find a word that tells me the character was angry. And they then have to scan through the text and retrieve the word that means angry. The next strategy we're going to use is a countdown. This is something that teachers often use as a behaviour management strategy in class. It works by asking your child to complete an action. You then begin a countdown from a number. For example, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or you might start from a bigger number if it's a task that requires a little bit more time. If you use a number that's a little bit too high, then it can get rid of that sense of urgency and the thing that you've asked your child to do might just not happen. The last strategy that teachers use in school that you can also use at home is giving your children choices. Again, this can be used for behaviour management, but also just to make sure that children get the work done that you want them to complete. If you ask children to do something, they can sometimes say no, because they see it as an option. If you demand children do something, they feel as though they don't have a choice and sometimes still don't do it because they don't like the fact that you are demanding them to do something. Instead, you can use 2 choices. That way, the children feel as though they are in control because they're making a choice. But the 2 choices are still 2 things that you want the child to do. For example, you could say, would you like to practice your spellings or would you like to practice your times tables? They are 2 things that you want your child to do. And because they get to choose, they don't feel as though it's as much of a challenge for them to complete it. Now, all of these strategies that I've talked about, as well as countless others, can be found in my book, which is this, Teacher's Perspective, Teacher Truths for Parents and Pupils. In the book, I've written as much as I can about all the different aspects of school so that you as a parent have a better understanding of what your child does whilst they're there. This is really useful for when you're then doing home learning sessions so that you know what you should be practicing with them and the level that they're working at. There's information about maths, reading, writing, behaviour management, classroom design, and so many other things. All teachers would agree that when children work at home with a parent that fully understands what school is all about, those children make the most progress. By reading this book, you'll be able to have better conversations with your child's teacher and know exactly what the next steps are for your child in their academic career. Your child will feel so much more supported knowing that their parent has a good understanding of what's actually happening in school. Give your child the support they need and invest in your own education so that you can fully understand what your child does for 6 or 7 hours a day. In the book, you'll learn all about different teaching strategies that teachers really use every day. You'll then be able to apply what you've learned and ensure that when you work with your child at home, it is the most effective use of that time. So head on over to Apple Bookstore or Amazon and download the book today. Otherwise, you can have a look at the link in the description. So, to summarise, it's really important that the strategies that children face when they're learning are consistent. That's why it's important for you as a parent to understand what's happening in school so that you can support your child at home. You can use effective questioning, countdowns, and choices to make sure that what your child experiences at school is quite similar to what they experience at home when they're doing those home learning sessions with you. So if you found this video informative, please find somebody to share it with. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. You can also check out our TikTok, our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter. And if you'd like me to make a video about anything else that happens in school, please leave a comment down below. So that's that. Thanks for watching. This is Teacher Perspective. I'm Ross. See you around.